Right into Lagos, down to the first corner. Hopefully everyone will get through there safely because it's a really difficult one. Mark Webber has gone off the track.
Surely there'll be some harsh words from the team boss when he gets back to the pits.
Whoever would have thought Alan McNish has gone off now. But Barichello and Michael Schumacher are both attacking Takuma Sato. Barrichello's got past first. Schumacher has got past a few seconds later. Montoya in third. Can he mount a challenge? I don't see how anyone could be quicker than the Ferraris in this game, but if Montoya is actually quicker, that would be nice. Regardless, further, Alex Young is at the back. I'm sorry, but how did Webber get past Young? What's happened to Della Rosa? Whoa, okay. I mean, sure, he's got an engine failure, but he didn't have to stop steering.
Jarno Trulli looks like he's about to move into 6th place.
I didn't think he had anything on his teammate. I thought Michael Schumacher was going to wipe the floor with him all season, but Rubens Barrichello, fantastic to see. He's going to win his home Grand Prix at Brazil. Michael Schumacher finishes in second to make it a Ferrari 1-2. Montoya finishes in third, right up behind both Ferraris, which is good to see for the championship.
Welcome to San Marino for the San Marino Grand Prix. Together with the Italian Grand Prix held at Monza later in the year, this race attracts the largest number of tifosi due to the close proximity to Maranello, birthplace of the Ferrari legend. Apart from this being one of two of Ferrari's home Grand Prix, the grandstands are also full of supporters for Italian drivers Giancarlo Fisichella and Jarno Trulli, who swapped places for the 2002 season. Trulli has joined Renault from Jordan, and Fisichella left Renault to return to Jordan Honda, whom he raced with back in 1997. No doubt both will be keen to make an impression on their loyal fans.
The San Marino Grand Prix is the second race on the calendar that drivers navigate anti-clockwise. The race covers a total of 62 laps, with one of these laps covering 3.065 miles or 4.933 kilometres. Ralf Schumacher holds the track record. It's a medium to high downforce circuit. Braking, traction and the ability to ride the curbs are keys to success at this racetrack.
Right then, so hey guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for the fourth part in this Formula 1 2002 Reverse Grid Race Series, and we're here at Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix. And having a quick look at the grid, well, we got Alex Young starting at the front, and now Alex Young didn't actually qualify. He qualified outside of the 107% rule, but it makes no difference whether I put him at the front or the back, because I am thinking if a driver qualifies outside of 107% and thus didn't start the race, I might put them at the back. But in this game, it honestly doesn't make a difference, because I'm just thinking I might just exclude Alex Young. But as I said, put him at the front, put him at the back. He'll end up at the back anyway. Della Rosa second, Benoldi third. Kudos to Mark Webber, who qualified ahead of Benoldi and Della Rosa, and considering Alex Young didn't even qualify, massive credit to Webber. I don't know whether something happened to Young. I don't know what happened in qualifying, whether Young got in some issues or whatever, but yeah, not really all that great. Then there's obviously Webber, Irvine, both Toyotas, both Jordans, and we've got, this is basically the usual stuff. Massa starting ahead of the Renault's Villeneuve and his teammate, and then obviously both McLarens, both Williams and both Ferraris. So both Ferraris will probably end up at the front. Well, who knows? In my F1 Championship Edition series, this race was dominated by the smaller teams. Christian Albers won it in my F1 Championship Edition series, but who knows what will happen in this game. So yeah, let's just head on to the 2002 San Marino Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome to the San Marino Grand Prix Round 3 of the 2002 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. Ralf Schumacher's victory for Williams BMW at last year's race was a first for many reasons. BMW's first victory since their return to the sport, tyre supplier Michelin's first win after only 4 races, and of course Ralf Schumacher's maiden Grand Prix victory. It also meant that for the first time in the history of the sport, we had 2 Grand Prix winning brothers in the form of Michael and Ralf Schumacher. And the race marked Williams' return to winning form after a lean streak of 54 races. Second came David Coulthard for McLaren Mercedes, and third Ferrari's Rubens Barrichello. In fourth was Häkkinen, then Jarno Trulli, followed by his teammate Heinz-Harald Frentzen, both scoring for Jordan Honda. All set for the start here at Imola. Remember Ralf Schumacher taking to the grass last season. What will happen this year? Any moment now, and it's go! Everybody away as they bend round to the left and rush down towards that first chicane. Looks like everyone's got away well.
Right, so cheers James Allen, and Alex Young got off to an extremely sluggish start. Eddie Irvine has already gone off and actually collided with Barichello there. Alright, let's take a replay at that. So a few seconds into the race and we've already got an incident involving Eddie Irvine. Let's take a look at the start again because Alex Young just had a really sluggish start. Let's have a look at this again. I mean, yeah, he just had extremely slow reactions there. He just did not get off. So what happened to Eddie Irvine? So he's just minding about his business, heading into the first chicane. Whoa, and he actually T-boned Benoldi, I believe that is. And actually, that's quite a bad incident. Wow, okay. So already the chaos has already begun. No surprise there, knowing this game. We've got 7 laps. And actually, that's one car already off into the distance. It's probably Della Rosa, yep. Okay, so the top 6 is Della Rosa, Young, Benoldi, McNish, Sarlo and Massa. Massa making up a few places, obviously helped by Eddie Irvine going off there. And actually, Alex Young still holding second place. All credit to him. I mean, Webber is long gone. I don't even know where Webber is at this point. Who knows? Way down at the back. But, yeah, so Alex Young still holding second. This is the most shocking thing for me. I said in F1 Championship Edition, this race went in favour of the small teams, and that does seem to be the case here. Benoldi still holding third. He wasn't able to hold a top position for long. Raikkonen has gone off.
That just shows you need to be 100% focused on every corner of every lap.
Too right, Martin. You definitely do. And so what did happen to Raikkonen? So right up behind the Jordan of Sato. It kept wanting to say the Jordan of Raikkonen, but no. Okay, so Raikkonen, no, he's right behind, yeah, still Takuma Sato. It's difficult to tell, really, with these camera angles. So Raikkonen's in 7th and actually doing very well for McLaren, nearly in a points place. And he just, he cut in front of Michael Schumacher and, I mean, I can't tell, Raikkonen was being very brash with his moves there. I mean, he was swerving around all over the place, but, well, there you go. I mean, Della Rosa's long gone. Alex Young, after a lap, is still in second. Then Benoldi, Sarlo, McNish. Michael Schumacher has just got past Massa, and also McNish as well. So Michael Schumacher's in 5th. And then we've got still got Benoldi 3rd. Alex Young pulling away from Benoldi. What on earth is this? And then we've got, Michael Schumacher just nudging Benoldi. I say nudging. It was quite a lot of contact, but Michael Schumacher up into, I was going to say 2nd place, but no, he's still in 3rd, obviously still behind Alex Young. I don't think that's going to last too long. Then Benoldi 4th, Sarlo 5th, McNish still holding 6th, so it's a good day for Toyota at the moment. That's that must be Coulthard, that McLaren, surely. Yep, that is Coulthard, okay. Raikkonen, I'm assuming, is right down at the back. Schumacher's got past Alex Young, and now, just like in Australia, Michael Schumacher's got to now catch up to Della Rosa. I mean, let's have a look. Schumacher just coming up to the Variante Alta, and Della Rosa, yeah, several seconds ahead at this point. Alex Young 3rd, Benoldi 4th. Coulthard has now gone off at the same place that Raikkonen did. Okay, so what on earth happened there? So Coulthard once again in 7th place, just like Raikkonen, and actually, wow, that was an aggressive move from Massa. Almost took off Coulthard a couple of corners earlier. So Coulthard in 8th place, once again on the cusp of the points. And so what happened to Coulthard? Whoa, what did actually happen there? I'm trying to work out, did the Jordan clip him or not? Because it sort of seemed like it did. What Jordan is that? I assume, okay, that's Fizzy Keller. I'm trying to work out, did the Jordan clip Coulthard? Actually, we might be better off looking at the back of Coulthard. So did the Jordan make contact, and is that what caused Coulthard to spin out? Let's have a look at this. Not really. I think Coulthard just lost it. That's really embarrassing from both McLaren drivers there. Really embarrassing. So, yeah, Coulthard's at the back. Raikkonen, I assume, is near the back. So we've still got Della Rosa, Michael Schumacher, Young, Bernoldi, Salo, McNish. Both Toyotas and Bernoldi actually still doing very well. I mean, full credit, Alex Young still doing exceptionally well. We've seen how poor that Minardi has been in previous races, and 2 whole laps, Alex Young has only lost 2 places actually, so that's pretty good going from him. Still got Salo, Bernoldi. We've actually got one of the BMW Williamses coming into play rather. Ralf Schumacher, the former race winner here, he's moved up into the points place. I think he's got past Bernoldi as well. Yes, he has, definitely. So it's Ralf Schumacher, I believe, in 5th now. Bernoldi 6th, although there's also the Sauber there coming up to attack him. And also McNish. Where's Salo? Salo's still ahead at this point. Okay, I mean, this is certainly getting interesting now, because Salo's attacking Young, but we got Ralf Schumacher right up behind Salo. And we got a Renault coming into play there. And Ralf Schumacher's just got past Salo and Young very quickly, and Salo has also got past Young. And going into the Variante Ultim, we'll have to see whether there is another mistake here made at the chicane. Let's find out. Well, Alex Young got through it cleanly, but he has lost a place to Massa. And also, yeah, he's out of the points now, actually, no doubt about it. McNish has got past Jenson Button's got past Button, might be able to score some more points, which he hasn't been able to do since the first race of the season. Raikkonen's moved his way back up into 9th place. Let's have a look up at the front. Okay, so Michael Schumacher is still behind Della Rosa. That's Ralf Schumacher holding 3rd place, Mika Salo 4th, Felipe Massa in 5th, and Button trying to make a move on Massa to get into 5th place. No, he just isn't quite able to do that, although will he be able to get the drive? Well, possibly, but he is quite far behind. McNish out of the points once again, and Jenson Button, is he going to make a move on Massa? Well, I'll tell you what, this could be a good little scrap between the Renaults and Saubers, because, you know, in terms of their pace, they're actually not too far off each other, so we could see a good little scrap between Button and Massa. That's assuming some of the quicker cars don't come into play, including, hang on, I was about to say Barichello. He really hasn't done very well this race. Barrichello's still down in 10th. He's mixing it with Montoya. We've still got Raikkonen right up in the mix in 7th place. Then obviously Button 6th, Massa 5th. Although having said that, Jenson Button is getting the run on Massa. And is he going to do it? Well, Button's got the inside line. He's already ahead of Massa. So that means JB is up into 5th place. Massa 6th, but I don't know how long he's going to hold that for, because we have got Raikkonen not too far behind as well. And in fact, is Raikkonen going to make the move now? No, not quite. But actually, yeah, we are seeing a good little scrap. Massa going to try and make the move back on Jenson Button. This means that Salo is looking pretty comfortable in 4th place at the moment. I mean, Salo was looking quite comfortable to score points in Australia before his engine blew up on him. So, who knows, Salo could finally score some points, and this will be the first points for Toyota as well, so that'll be good. Ralf Schumacher in 3rd place, and actually Michael Schumacher has got past Della Rosa. How long ago did that happen? Quite recently, actually. So let's have a look at this. So Della Rosa holding 1st, but Michael Schumacher, the unstoppable force, and Schumacher has got past Della Rosa, and this could be the first win for Michael Schumacher all season. Okay then, so we could see a Schumacher 1-2. That will require Ralf Schumacher to catch up and pass Della Rosa. How far away are they? Ralf Schumacher is a long way behind, maybe about 10 seconds behind, maybe not quite that far, but he is a long way behind. Massa still behind JB, then we still got Raikkonen behind those two, and Raikkonen, what am I doing, pausing the game, Raikkonen could well get a points place, and he probably should do, and he would be in a points place if he hadn't spun out earlier, but now we got Barrichello coming into the mix. Montoya is coming into the mix. I thought Barrichello was going to go off then, but he just about kept it on track. Jarno Trulli's coming into the mix as well. This is firmly the big teams dominating this. I mean, well, okay, the top end teams. Yeah, I mean, Alex Young's dropped back now. He's nowhere to be seen. Frentzen is at the back actually, and we have had one retirement. Unfortunately, it's weird. Australia, the game always cut to when someone retired, but it hasn't now, and I believe it's Mark Webber who's retired, because I didn't see him, so I think it's Mark Webber who's retired, but he would have been at the back anyway. And Raikkonen now battling out with Barichello, he's got past, but only into 7th place. This is still not a points place for Barichello. Massa 6th, Button 5th, Salo 4th, Ralf Schumacher 3rd, De La Rosa 2nd, Schumacher 1st. I think the top 3 are settled. Salo's looking quite comfortable in 4th. He's been there for a while. Button might well be able to get 5th, but obviously he's got Massa up behind him. And then there's Barichello. There's Montoya, who's now got past Raikkonen. Although just about Montoya! He's got some kind of car failure.
Isn't going to finish this race. He's out.
Well, I saw some smoke come out of his car, but I thought that was him locking up a wheel or something. But no, that was Montoya. His car just letting go on him. So let's have a look at this once again. So he gets past Raikkonen. Yeah, and the second he gets past Raikkonen, this car gives up on him. What can I say? That is a shocker for Montoya. An absolute shocker.
It's a fastest lap by Michael Schumacher.
Well, no surprise there. I mean, Michael Schumacher saying the fastest lap. I wouldn't have expected anything else. And James Allen just told us something about Felipe Massa, and that's because Massa has got past Button. I don't know what happened to Button. I mean, Button just dropped down a lot. I mean, Button was in 5th. Massa got the run on him. And then, well, McLaren got past, didn't he? Yeah, the McLaren got past JB as well. So that is Raikkonen up into 6th place. So we could finally see McLaren score a point. I want to get out of the replay, please. There we go. Okay, so Schumacher. What about Massa in 5th? We got Raikkonen battling out with JB. Side by side there. There's no love lost between those guys. Barichello trying to come into it. Barichello really has had nothing on his teammate this race. I mean, Schumacher's dominating while Barichello is scrapping out for the last point with Raikkonen, although he has done it, to be fair. Raikkonen 7th, Barichello 6th, Massa 5th, Salo still in 4th. Well done to Mika Salo, honestly, genuinely well done to him. Ralf Schumacher 3rd, De La Rosa 2nd, but Michael Schumacher, he's dominated this race, and it's quite surprising to think that Michael Schumacher, up to this point, has not won a race this season. Really, honestly, surprising. I thought Schumacher would have won one already, but it's taken him the 4th race in the season, and Michael Schumacher is going to come out the last corner to win at Imola. Barichello's run off wide there. Fisichella has an engine go on him, and wow. We can't even see the replay, but I want to know what happened to Barichello. Okay, so De La Rosa will take 2nd place, Ralf Schumacher 3rd, Mika Salo 4th, Massa is in 5th, Raikkonen 6th. I think Barichello made a mistake, but can he recover from that mistake? Still Raikkonen battling out, and Barichello's taken it from Raikkonen, or has he? I think he has. I think Barichello just finished the head right at the end. So Ralf Schumacher finished 3rd, Mika Salo 4th, Felipe Massa 5th, and I believe Barichello right at the end took 6th from Raikkonen. Honestly, wow, what an end to that race with Barichello losing it and then gaining it, with Fisichella blowing up there. Wow, what a race. Well then, what an exciting race that was. That was actually an interesting race with Alex Young mixing it out. We had Montoya with a shock retirement. And we had Rubens Barrichello get absolutely thrashed by Michael Schumacher. Both McLaren spinning out. And in fact, we so nearly had McLaren score a point. And in fact, if Coulthard and Raikkonen didn't spin out earlier on in the race, I am sure they would have scored a point. But no, McLaren's still pointless at the moment. But actually a very exciting race. Quite a few driver errors. Schumacher dominance. Although with De La Rosa in between both Schumacher brothers. Honestly, actually quite an interesting race. I'd say probably the most interesting one so far. Although we did have Mark Webber retire. And once again the game didn't cut to when someone retired.
Easy peasy, chocolate squeezy.
So on to the Drivers' Championship, and Michael Schumacher has overtaken his teammate to take the lead in the driver's standings. No surprise there, really. Michael Schumacher was just dominant to this race, and Barrichello really struggled to make overtakes by comparison. De La Rosa overtook Montoya to take third in the driver's standings, so De La Rosa really is making a consistent charge for the Drivers' Championship. I don't see him beating Michael Schumacher, but maybe he could beat Barrichello. I certainly reckon De La Rosa is capable of beating the Williams, so De La Rosa, good on him. He's actually doing exceptionally well and much better than his teammate. Ralf Schumacher also scored some decent points to overtake Eddie Irvine. And then we had two new point scorers this race, Mika Salo and Felipe Massa, so good to see them score some points. Good to see some more drivers actually score some points. I was getting worried we were only going to have 8 point scorers, but now we've got 10, which is nice to see. Hopefully both McLarens can score some points. So on to the Constructors' standings, and Ferrari have extended their lead in the Constructors' Championship at one of their home races. 47 points, they're now a good 22 points ahead of Jaguar, who are still holding second in the Constructors' Championship ahead of Williams. And Ferrari, Jaguar and Williams definitely seem to be in a field of their own. Below the top 3 is a battle between Sauber, Renault, I would say McLaren, but they haven't scored a point yet, but also Toyota coming into the fray as well. Sauber scored a couple of points, but Toyota scored 3, so they're now ahead of Renault. And I'm sure McLaren will come into that battle at some point. Arrows, BAR, Minardi and Jordan, who knows whether they'll come into the fray. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and there's no podium celebrations in this episode. There will be some episodes where there are no podium celebrations because I have to manually get the podiums. It doesn't appear on the game. I have to do a race myself and actually replicate the results to get the podium celebrations. Having Schumacher win is easy, but having Ralf Schumacher third and De La Rosa second is quite, well, it's not impossible to fix, but it is quite a difficult one, so you're going to have to understand that there will be some races where there won't be podium celebrations, but I hope you guys understand that. And anyway, the next race is at Spain, the Spanish Grand Prix, my second favourite track on the calendar. Absolutely love the Spanish Grand Prix. So anyway, yeah guys, I'll see you next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. So I'll see you then.